The mystery beneath Cuba's waters. Unexplored sunken city near Cuba may be 6,000 years old. Could rewrite human history. In 2001, marine engineer from Advanced Digital Communications announced an extraordinary discovery. A series of stone structures lying more than 2,000 years underwater off the coast of Cuba. Sonar scans revealed formations resembling pyramids, circular buildings, and other architectural features that strongly suggested the remains of a sunken city beneath the Caribbean Sea. Now let's unpack the layers of this story in our deep dive on AI podcast.
All right, let's really dig into this one. Imagine a profound, unsolved mystery sitting nearly 2,000 feet deep beneath the ocean. We're not just talking about some weird blip on the radar. We're diving into a tale of incredible discovery, significant scientific skepticism, and this persistent public fascination.
Yeah.
It's all centered on these really enigmatic structures off the coast of Cuba.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this.
That's right. For this deep dive, we're journeying to a site that, well, if confirmed, it truly has the potential to completely reshape our understanding of ancient human history.
Completely rewrite it, maybe.
Potentially, yes. Our mission today is really to sift through the original findings, try to understand why this discovery remains unverified after all this time, and maybe explore how it continues to captivate the imagination.
Right.
And we're drawing from a fascinating range of sources for you. Everything from the initial expedition reports, scientific rebuttals, right up to, the recent explosion of discussions on social media.
That part's wild.
It is. Our goal is to try and extract the most important nuggets of knowledge and insight from all these diverse perspectives.
Okay, so let's cast our minds back. We're talking 2001. That's when marine engineer Paulina Zelitsky and her husband, Paul Weinzweig, they founded a Canadian company, Advanced Digital Communications, ADC. They made this truly astonishing claim.
Yeah, astonishing is a word.
They reported finding massive stone structures, almost 2,000 feet down.
2,000 feet, yeah, that's deep.
And we're talking about forms that, well, they resembled pyramids, circular buildings, and what looked eerily like the remnants of an ancient city, basically, an urban complex.
Right.
All located off Cuba's western coast, near the Guanahacabids Peninsula.
And this wasn't just like a vague feeling. They were using pretty sophisticated sonar equipment mapping the ocean floor.
State of the art for the time, I assume.
Exactly. And their scans revealed these remarkably clear geometric patterns and formations. Paulina Zelitsky herself actually described it. She said, "It's a really wonderful structure, which really looks like it could have been a large urban center."
A large urban center.
I mean, the implications, if these structures were indeed man-made, they were just profoundly game-changing.
So,
Some researchers speculated these ruins could be, like, more than 6,000 years old?
6,000.
Yeah. Think about that for a moment. That would predate the Egyptian pyramids by thousands of years.
1,000.
And it would completely alter the accepted timeline of human civilization. Because, at the time, conventional history just didn't believe societies were capable of such complex building that far back.
It sounds like, a world-changing discovery, doesn't it? Something that should have been everywhere.
You'd think so.
And yet, well, crickets, mostly. This claim, if true, would be earth-shattering. So what actually happened? Why didn't we hear more about this for, 2 decades?
Yeah, no follow-up.
Right. Why didn't a flotilla of research vessels immediately descend on the site?
That's really the critical question, isn't it? And the reasons for the lack of further investigation are quite layered. It's not just one thing.
Okay.
The primary hurdle was, significant skepticism from the mainstream scientific community.
Right, the establishment, so to speak.
Sort of. Experts pointed out that for a city to sink 2,000 feet just due to natural tectonic shifts, that would likely have taken upwards of 50,000 years.
50,000, that's a huge timescale.
Immense, and long, long before humans were generally known to build anything even resembling cities.
Okay, so the timeline just didn't fit at all.
Not with established models, no. A Cuban geologist, Manuel Iturraldevina, who's a respected figure, he maintained a very cautious stance. He basically said it would be totally irresponsible to say what it was before we have evidence.
Reasonable.
Right. Even while acknowledging the formations were strange, he leaned towards them being natural rock formations, maybe unusual ones.
So essentially, the scientific community saw, okay, this is a fascinating anomaly, maybe, but nothing definitive enough to just overturn everything we thought we knew.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is it possible they were maybe too cautious? Perhaps missing something genuinely revolutionary?
Well, it's a fair question to ask. Michael Fott, he's an underwater archaeology expert. He actually admitted it would be cool if Zelitsky and Weinzweig were right. But then he immediately added that the structures would be really advanced for anything we would see in the New World for that time frame. The structures are out of time and out of place.
Out of time and out of place. That sums it up.
It does. The sheer improbability of the geological timeline needed, coupled with how advanced the structures seemed, it just didn't fit the existing historical framework.
Okay.
Then, of course, you had the political climate.
Right. Cuba.
Exactly. The original expedition was conducted under a contract with Fidel Castro's Cuban government. That made access incredibly difficult, especially for American or maybe Western researchers who might have had the resources or tech for a follow-up.
Tricky waters, literally and figuratively.
You could say that. And finally, just the practicalities. Funding challenges played a huge role.
Money. Always comes down to money.
Often does. Famed American oceanographer Sylvia Earle actually had an expedition plan for 2002.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but it was canceled. Lack of financial support.
Huh.
So, without that kind of institutional backing or significant funding, Zelitsky and her team simply couldn't get back down there. The resources needed are immense.
Right. Deep ocean work is not cheap. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. This forgotten mystery, basically buried for over 2 decades, suddenly resurfaces.
Yep.
Not in some dusty scientific journal, but bam, all over social media.
Online forums, platforms like X, what used to be Twitter, suddenly people are talking about it again.
And reviving the story, leading some to excitably call it, like, Atlantis Reborn.
Yeah, the Atlantis comparisons came up fast, and the range of speculation that emerged online is genuinely captivating.
Oh, I bet.
Everything from, ancient advanced civilizations lost in time, right through to claims of hidden histories being deliberately covered up.
The cover-up angle.
Of course.
Always popular. You see comments like one user who wrote, civilizations that existed before the Ice Age, perhaps multiple civilizations that rose and fell, the historical knowledge that has been lost or hidden.
Lost or hidden. Big difference there.
Huge difference. And a common thread among these discussions is this idea that, mainstream history or academia has actively ignored or suppressed findings like this.
Right, like a conspiracy.
Testing a global conspiracy, basically to preserve a nice, neat, rigid timeline of human history. And, this raises an important question for us, really. Why are we so drawn to these kinds of theories, especially when the scientific evidence is, well, scarce or ambiguous? That's a great point. It definitely speaks to something deeper in our collective psyche, doesn't it? Why do you think that is? What's the appeal?
Well, I think it often boils down to a fundamental human desire for a grander narrative, maybe a more mysterious story about our past.
Something more exciting than gradual development.
Perhaps. When conventional explanations seem maybe insufficient, or, let's face it, sometimes a bit mundane, our minds can naturally gravitate towards more dramatic, sometimes even conspiratorial alternatives.
Yeah.
These theories offer a sense of, hidden knowledge, a challenge to the status quo, the excitement of a secret history waiting to be uncovered. It's a powerful appeal.
It really is.
And it's worth remembering the Cuban site isn't entirely an isolated anomaly in this regard. You start looking, you see patterns. Are there other places beyond Cuba where discoveries really challenge our conventional understanding of history?
Absolutely. That's what makes this whole area so fascinating. This isn't just one outlier. There are other mysterious structures around the world that truly push the boundaries of conventional historical timelines.
Right. They suggest we might need to rethink what we thought we knew about ancient civilizations, or at least be open to new interpretations.
Exactly. Take Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, for example. This site dates back to as early as 9500 BCE.
Which is incredibly old.
Thousands of years before the Egyptian pyramids. And it features these massive, carved stone pillars, intricate artwork. It suggests a surprisingly advanced, organized society previously thought impossible for that time period.
Right. Hunter-gatherers weren't supposed to be building monumental architecture.
Exactly. Then you've got Japan's Yonaguni Monument.
Ah, yes, the underwater one.
That's the one. An underwater rock formation off Okinawa's coast. Features these massive stone steps, flat terraces. Now, it's still debated. Is it natural? Is it man-made?
Highly debated.
Very. But many researchers believe it is man-made, and carbon dating of surrounding corals and sediment places the formation, or at least the time it was above water, potentially over 10,000 years old.
Again, way off the standard charts for that kind of construction. Way off. Far earlier than traditional history typically allows for advanced construction. So what's truly fascinating here is how these discoveries, whether it's Göbekli Tepe, Yonaguni, or potentially Cuba, they keep pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible for ancient civilizations.
Makes you question where the true limits of early human ingenuity really lay, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It forces us to ask those questions.
Wow, what a remarkable journey we've taken today, diving deep into the waters off Cuba and the profound mysteries it holds. We've really explored these contrasting possibilities, haven't we?
We have.
Are these the incredible remnants of some lost ancient civilization? Or are they simply intriguing natural formations that just happen to mimic human design in a spooky way?
And the site truly holds that potential, either to rewrite history books as we know them, or, conversely, to just confirm the sheer awe-inspiring power of natural geological processes. How nature itself can sometimes mimic design. What this deep dive ultimately shows us, I think, is how the interception of, pioneering technology like that sonar, scientific rigor, or skepticism, and just raw public imagination can create these enduring mysteries. Mysteries that constantly push us to reevaluate what we think we know about our past. And despite all the growing curiosity and the renewed public attention from social media, the site itself continues to sit undisturbed.
Still down there, untouched.
Untouched, remaining one of the most tantalizing, maybe frustrating archaeological questions of the 21st century.
So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? Did an unknown civilization once build a city deep beneath the ocean off the coast of Cuba? Or are we simply seeing patterns, maybe seeing what we want to believe, in the deep, dark corners of the world?
Big questions.
Huge questions. We definitely encourage you, the listener, to keep exploring these fascinating intersections of history, science, human curiosity, and maybe even wishful thinking. There's still so much we don't know.
Could the structures of Cuba really belong to a lost civilization older than ancient Egypt? Don't forget to comment it. Thanks.